Welcome back, sailors, to the Lucky Die in Kino. Previously, Greff meets her childhood terror, Ivoris needs to find a vase, Kaz makes a firm decision, and Suvi is awoken from her nap. With the arrival of Emil, the team gets a chance to ask a very powerful man a lot of questions, and after he leaves, the team are left with a lot of decisions and tasks to complete, including fulfilling their bargain with Dendar. Will Baskin adapt to being the captain of the Ship of the Dead? What's happening with Tauri? And how often does the black market of Sarsens sell their lunches? I guess we're about to find out. Welcome back to the Lucky Die in Kino.
The sun is beginning to set as you continue making, from what Baskin and some of the other crew members that you are able to communicate with in any way, seems to be making good speed. Despite the wind that is coming from the opposite direction and the light rain, everything seems to be going smoothly. And this is where we find our explorers, saviors, helpful heroes, night before they're about to go do something really stupid. What? So, some of y'all have things you want to do before we kick off the island. We promise, listeners, we have been on this boat for a while, but we will fucking get there.
I hope I said don't get on the boat at the start of this fucking series of events. I hope I mentioned it. I have a quick thing I want Greff to do.
Okay. Let's do the quick thing.
I'm not misremembering that Greff and Jesus Christ, you said her name just
Daisy?
5 seconds before we started recording. Daisy, thank you. I'm not misremembering. Greff and Daisy have like a way to communicate?
Yep. They have a stone which allows them to do sending once a day.
Okay. Oh no, sending, that's 15 words?
25.
Oh, thank God. All right. I'll be in the background here typing up the message because it's kind of difficult to get it out in such a short amount of things. So if somebody else has things they want to do.
That's actually 22.
You literally. Yeah, exactly. You're correct.
It's 22.
It is 22.
Last three have to be I love you.
Yes. Very important.
It's
we
canonical.
will accept. Otherwise, it's like a stamp. It doesn't go through if you don't.
It's your due. You have to pay your dues.
Magical government has to get their cut.
Yeah, got to get their tithe, man.
Right. Well, Suvi has been working on a little piece of rowan tree from her branch for a little while, for a few evenings. And she's actually completing it. She's not sort of waving it around and showing anyone, but what she has completed, and she's not being secretive about it either. It's just one of those sort of, I'm done. It's fine. She has completed a baby octopus, and she's hoping that by holding that, as she's doing her focusing magic thing, that will help her focus. So that's what she's done.
That is unbelievably cute.
Yes. Well, and also, Suvi has a thing she wants to do as soon as she steps on the island. Just heads up, V. Might not be time, I have no idea, but she has a thing she wants to do.
Iguatfo. How you arrive from the island, peacefully or otherwise,
we will see.
That's to be determined. We're looking back at you, Greff.
I think I got it.
Okay.
Greff is gonna contact Daisy and send the message The ship might go back to killing if we don't find a new captain for it. That's 16 words so far.
Mm-hmm.
Lifetime commitment. Find someone. Question mark. I love you. There you go.
Aww.
Beautiful.
I was going to ask, does he say question mark?
Absolutely. You grow up with 6 sisters. He tells them he loves them.
No, does he say
The
question
words
mark?
question
Like,
mark.
No.
that's what I was-
He says, find someone?
Okay, that's better. It's a little bit like, wait.
No. Otherwise, I'm not 26. Then I just say, I love.
Oh,
We should have put like a lid on the vase to keep the ghost from escaping, and then put the jacket on the vase and said, there you go. You're the boss now.
Yeah, you're the captain.
I thought your intention was to free the man, not just enslave him in a new job. Not employ him.
Congratulations, you're not in a ring anymore.
You're free to sail
Ish.
the ocean. And that's pretty much your
Yep.
it's pretty much your thing now. You're free to
Bro, I
sail the
haven't worked
ocean.
I haven't worked a day in like 300 years. I can
don't
go
know how
back
to
to
do
the
this.
9 to 5.
And you're in a jar still, so you can still continue to not work.
It can continue to feel
But you
contained.
look very good in that jacket.
Oh, shit.
And we can thus call him the Lizard of Oz.
negative inspiration.
That was okay. That was okay, at least.
I don't have inspiration, V.
That's a good point. V is really stingy with inspirations in Kino.
I'm stingy with inspirations in Discord.
Yeah, if your name isn't Ral or Casey, you fucker.
Well, I
I
gave
have
you
to
bardic
afford mine.
ones, so
True.
Yeah,
it's something.
what do you want? Like, you can't be overloaded.
Did we put the blue cloak on someone? I can't remember what it did. The one that was hanging in the ship?
Oh, yes, we brought
We
it back.
haven't given that to anyone.
What did it do? I can't remember.
It basically
Teleports.
gives you the ability to cast a spell called Misty Step, which teleports you like 60
Dimension door.
Oh, is it Dimension Door?
Yeah.
Holy.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's the good shit.
yeah, that teleports you a good old while.
It's 300 foot with somebody of your size or lower.
Is it an
So
action?
Suvi could teleport herself, but literally
Yeah,
nobody
so
else.
I'm thinking Suvi
it's an
is
action.
not grabbing that. Someone else should grab that. But Greff already has the stylish blue cloak.
I look smashing right now.
Yes.
Got my blue cloak, my purple armor. I got my
So maybe
badass
As you,
swords. Sorry.
as Greff is admiring himself in the reflection of the almost still water, the blue cloak accenting the purple thing, is actually, this ain't so bad. You get a response from your sister. Find a dead sea captain. Me, I'm not a private eye. How am I supposed to find someone like that? Okay, fine. Love you too.
Oh. No, I don't need to find a dead person. We have a thing that makes them dead.
We have a boat full of them here. Why doesn't one of them just get promoted? We'll give everyone here a little quiz, and then we'll figure out which one is best suited to not.
You're going to
bad
interview
stuff.
them? Is this now The Apprentice?
Yeah,
No way.
yeah.
No, I don't know if that question was genuine, Neil, but I and Greff, by de facto, we both believe that if we don't find a suitable captain, the boat will just go back to killing people.
I don't know. I feel like they stated that they don't necessarily agree with the old captain.
I said it last time. If you kill a pirate captain, do the pirates just turn to trading? Like, is that what you think happens?
Depends.
All right. This is the response you get back regardless.
Okay. Ugh. Just,
I have to wait until tomorrow to send another rude limerick. I mean, talk to your sister. The night passes fairly calmly. If any of you are up sort of just before dawn, you notice that the waves begin to get much bigger and a lot more like rogue. So suddenly out of nowhere, the ship will get suddenly hit with a massive massive wave. And you notice that the wind has become to pick up and begin to whistle. And it begins to whistle and howl so loud that it begins to wake those of you who already were asleep. When you make your way up on the deck, you would notice that the crew and Baskin are moving quite quickly, and they're moving with definite purpose. Like, you can see that they're bracing themselves where they can. You can see that they're definitely like hauling in the sails and doing whatever magical thing that this boat does. Which of you has the highest passive perception? I'm looking at the druids. It's not you, Greff.
What you got, Suvi? What you got?
I don't know.
What's your perception? It's 10 plus your perception.
So +4 is perception. So 14.
Oh.
I'm better than that.
I'm much worse than that.
Are you not proficient in perception?
No.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, then...
You go.
Vox has a 19.
Cool.
19. All right.
Passive.
Yeah, that's fine. As you kind of get up, and all of you are on deck, like you can feel the wind and the rain is actually beginning to pick up quite heavily. And as you look out in the direction of your travel, you would spot before anybody else the island. You notice that it starts off initially as you look over, there's just a mist, like, that is hovering kind of a little bit above the horizon. And as you get closer and closer to it, you notice that hidden amongst this mist, in the way that it sometimes moves, you just are able to catch a glimpse of it, that this mist area is huge. And amongst the mist, you can see these large, jagged rocks that seem to be pointing and jutting out from the water in kind of a pattern where it would be like a ring, and they're all pointing outwards. You notice that these rocks are doing. Sort of peeking just above where some of this fog is, you clearly see what is a volcano, and you can see like plumes of smoke coming out from it. It's very dark and billowy. You can occasionally, with your really good perception, see just little shoots of lava. Thank you. Lava just shooting out from the top of it, and all of you get that like smell of like sulfur in the air the closer and closer you get to it.
I think in that case, then Vox is going to go to Baskin and warn about the rocks, since that kind of the biggest hazard.
Yeah, he nods as you're mentioning what you're seeing, and he nods and he says, "Baskin vaguely remembers this. Thank you."
Is there anything I can do with my kind of does like the finger wiggles?
If you are able to clear the fog and mist, Baskin would appreciate.
I guess an important question though, Baskin, because maybe you know. From what I heard, this island's a little wonky with magic. How far out does that extend?
Baskin doesn't know. And as soon as he says that, one of the kind of more ethereal creatures that have been working with him just kind of like interrupts and says, "As far as the mist is, that is where the magic is distorted."
Oh, good. Great. In that case, Captain, I leave it up to you. I have a spell, should clear some of the mist away. However, I don't know what's going to happen if I cast it with all the... They do the finger wiggles thing again?
At that point, the ethereal second mate that has been speaking kind of looks at you and looks back at Baskin, and you can see his eyes drift over to where like the smaller boat that y'all had basically came in on, and he says, "It would be advisable from this point to take your smaller boat through. Our boat is far too big to pass into the moor. Your smaller boat, Captain Dwell," and you see he actually does like a head bump of respect to Baskin, "should be able to pass between the rocks."
Okay, good. Great. I guess I should go round up everybody, huh?
Yes, please.
So I guess then Box just goes off and like pokes ahead at, hey, we meet on deck. It like goes on below deck. Oi! Go up on deck.
You can see that as you're beginning to bring your small crew together on the boat, you can actually see a lot of the natural crew for this are already beginning to like set your boat up to be ready to be lowered into the water. They just seem to be very efficient at what they're doing.
Or they're telling us to fuck off.
Basically, yeah. As you kind of get closer and closer to it and the sun begins to properly rise, the howling of the wind is still like quite loud and intense, and it's there. You're definitely going to have to start yelling to make yourself heard and understood. The waves themselves begin to crash really hard against the side of the boat. Yeah, that's kind of the situation you find yourselves in when the undead crew gesture for you to enter the smaller boat.
Ivoris, like, hush hush to Baskin. We'd be leaving the teleportation circle behind. We should use that now to get you back.
I'm going to say, like, it's actually probably easy for the group of you to be, like, readying whatever it is to get into the boat if need be. And Baskin says, Baskin is taking you to the island.
I guess I can make another circle at the island, if that's what you want.
Baskin's crew say that magic is dangerous for Ivoris on the island. It's not right. Baskin said he'd take you to the island, and Baskin is unsure if any of you would feel comfortable taking this boat.
I'm probably not that quick of a learner. I mean, I can try.
Yes, and I would help. I very much want you to be safe, Baskin, if you can be.
It's up to you. I can use the magic now, and it's probably less hazardous.
Baskin is not going to leave if Ivoris is here, if Ivoris's friends are here. If Ivoris and Greff and Vox and Suvi are in trouble, and I am not here, there is no one to rescue you. And he turns and looks Greff like full on. He says, Baskin was impressed with your skills during the storm when Baskin was sick. You are competent at this, Greff. If Baskin was to trust anyone to do this, Baskin would trust Greff.
Greff seems a bit taken aback, just like,
And he turns back to the rest of you and says, each of you has proven yourselves to be worthy sailors. Baskin will stay on this boat. Baskin will stay on this ship. You take the boat, and if Baskin has not heard from you in a day, Baskin will come get you.
This is a dumb question. Can they leave the boat? The ship? And Greff, like, points to the undeads.
I'm going to say that you would remember that some of them did, in fact, board your boat.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, if need be, you're the captain.
How would you get there?
Baskin will find a way. If Baskin has to maneuver this ship, Baskin will do that.
There is that blue cloak. Maybe we should leave that with Baskin? Would that help, maybe?
You know, kind of brings up an important question of how does magical items operate on the island?
Who would know that, really?
Maybe the second mate, since they seem to know quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm going to say they're hovering around close enough. Not literally hovering, they're just undead nearby. And they say, magical items and potions and the such like, they seem to be less effective, but not as chaotic.
Okay. Great.
Right.
Well, If I'm not getting you back to your ship, then it's whatever you decide. That was just my concern, getting you back. But if you're not going back, then...
Baskin cannot leave. Do not ask Baskin to run.
Well, I certainly wouldn't ask you to stay and fight. I thought that we had agreed that I'd be sending you back.
Baskin is here now, with Baskin's new ship. Baskin's ship is magical now. If this crew are capable, and Ivoris is in trouble, Baskin has to be able to rescue. Baskin cannot do that on the other side of the world.
Well, so far I set up a pretty good plan to get myself killed, so you have your work cut out for you.
It's a bit of a laugh, he says. Baskin will try and thwart that plan.
Good. And Ivoris will give Baskin a hug.
Yeah, he gives you a big hug back.
He can tell that Ivoris is nervous and that he pretty much wasn't lying a lot when he said that he's made a plan that's going to get himself killed. He pretty much believes that.
Yeah, Ivoris could definitely notice that Baskin's also quite afraid. Like, there's a lot of trembling that you wouldn't normally pick up, even though it's super fucking cold. Like, it's different. He understands that this is quite dangerous. He's quite worried. And with that, he basically orders y'all on your tiny ass boat, and your boat gets lowered into the water.
Thanks so much,
They
Baskin.
take you as close. He waves down, smiles. Sorry, he smiles and waves down. And your boat is set off. They maneuver the larger ship of the damned to protect your small boat from as much of the waves and as much of the wind as possible as you make your way to the edge of this fog. As soon as you get probably within a couple 100 feet of it, you begin to feel this very strange sensation, like someone's left a hairdryer on right next to where you're sitting, and you can feel that weird warmth over parts of your body.
What's
and
a hairdryer?
Your fur feels super great right now. You've never looked so dapper in your life.
Great. I love hairdryers.
You have strange sensation, like someone is moving air across you at very high speeds, and it's very, very warm. And you have that kind of electric feel to it. For those of you who aren't Greff, you also feel your skin prickle, and as you look at it, you can see wrinkles forming and then disappearing, becoming much younger again until it kind of settles back to normality. There is something very strange that's going on here. For those of you who have connections to your deities, you feel slowly like someone's turning down the dial, like someone's turning down the gain or the volume. So it's like you're slowly beginning to lose contact. Everything around here feels wrong and weird. You enter the mist proper. It's just whiteness all around you. You can hear the creaking of the much larger ship nearby, but it's not made its way in. You can see that there are definitely rocks either side, and between the four of you and your newly acquired skills over, probably not unfair to say months at this point, of sailing. Feels like fucking months. A good portion of your time sailing. You're able to kind of get around some of the very obviously large rocks that appear out of the darkness as if from nowhere. Okay.
We crashed the boat and Baskin immediately has to come save.
He won't come for another day, man. You're boned. Okay.
He watches us crash into the first rock. He could see us.
He just sees one of you holding on to a piece of floating wood.
We're still waving by at him.
All four of us are waving by, and the boat just kind of idles into a rock
and goes smash. End of the adventure.
Smashing into the rocks. You're not smashing into the rocks yet, okay? So we're going to do a couple of rolls. because you're entering a very highly magical, wild, magic-ish place. Okay. All right. Arch, high or low?
Hi.
Suvi, high or low?
Hi.
Jesus Christ. Ivoris, high or low?
Low. I don't have
And
faith.
Greff, high or low?
Always high.
That's a dumb idea. All right, I'd like all of you to roll a d3, please.
Ooh.
Hang on.
Middle of the pack. I rolled the 2.
I rolled a 1. I knew I didn't have faith in myself. Yes. Maybe.
And, Fox, what did you get?
I got 2.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
Okay.
V, what did you do to us?
I didn't do shit. You did this to yourselves. So, as you make your way through this mist, could I have Greff make a survival roll at advantage because you have your companions helping you?
There we go. That's a 19.
Okay.
That's more than the 6 we rolled combined, so we beat the roll. That's how I'm looking at it.
On a 20, you... On a 20, you make your way through this mist and through the rocks that are jutting up. Some of you taking the front just to watch that you aren't going into anything that you shouldn't. Some of you helping Greff to reorientate where the sails are going. Greff, you are struggling with the wheel. It is very difficult to get through this area. The waves are coming almost as if out of nowhere. Rocks seem to be appearing in a blink of an eye. It may be magically appearing in a blink of an eye, or not. You don't really know. But after about an hour of hard sailing between the 4 of you, you manage to break through this low-hanging mist that is all around you, that is enveloping your ship and everything around you. The sounds of the Ship of the Damned are long gone, as is the sound of the howling and the whistling of the wind. As you break through this fog area, this low mist, it kind of, almost as if you just come straight out into something. You've changed channel. The weather is suddenly much nicer. Not brighter, mind you, but much nicer, much more still. As you've been travelling, the 3 of you who aren't Greff, you notice changes in your physique. Sometimes you'll be extremely tired and as if someone has put a load of weights on your back, and other times you just seem to be moving around as if you're once again like a 15 or a 16 or a 17-year-old kid and you have all the energy in the world, or a very annoying 8-year-old, one of the above. These changes seem to come and go fairly frequently. Getting older, getting younger maybe. Who knows? When you break through the mist, all of those feelings of the warmth being spread down the back of your neck through some sort of winds, the feeling of heavy electricity, the feeling that everything is just somehow wrong around you. Most of that drops away, so it's a very low, inconsistent hum. But for those of you who have access to deities, that dial is turned all the way down. You know that there is no connection there for you. It is gone. Ahead you see a beach. The sand is kind of like a yellowish colour, and occasionally you see patches of it that are obviously very, very dark brown, almost black in colour. You can see that there are lots of trees covering this island in front of you, and you can see the volcano clearer than ever. You can see huge shoots of lava being shot into the air. And you can see the ash cloud is all around you, and you can feel it begin to tumble all around you, so it's beginning to be a little bit difficult to breathe. Not unpalatable, but it's not great. Ahead you see what looks like a cave. Something you could very easily put your boat into. Right now you could not beach it. No, you have a choice of essentially either beaching it very, very, very far away from the actual proper shoreline, i.e. amongst something around here, you'll go into rocks or some such, or you could go into the cave, or you could go around the island and find somewhere else to dock.
What are Greff's finely tuned captain instincts telling him is a good idea in this moment.
Although you can see the beach and it looks kind of chill and nice, you can see there are big ass rocks and stuff. As you kind of get a better look at the sea in that area, you notice there are a lot of jagged rocks and they start pretty close to where the beach actually is. You can see that the cave itself, yes, there are rocks there, but the water is quite deep and it looks like it's clearly leading to somewhere because the water is flowing quite consistently, which means it's probably some sort of tunnel that comes out maybe on the other side of the island. That's what I'm giving you. You can choose your own path.
That was more than I ever wanted.
You're welcome.
Greff points out the large rock at the shore. I'm pretty sure this area is very dangerous to try to stop at. Now, I don't know if there's a better area anywhere else, but I think that tunnel looks at least safe to go in for now. We could take a chance on it.
Yes, or try to find somewhere else, but I can't really see anywhere else. That seems...
Very least, probably a good place to hide our boat. We don't want it to be seen by the person we're supposed to be surprising here.
Yes, but also we don't know what's in the cave. Right?
Yeah, it is quite dark. You definitely can't see to the end of it. Like, you suspect that this cave actually is a tunnel that maybe leads to the other side of the island, but you won't know 100% for sure.
You're right. What if the guy we're trying to hide the boat from is in there?
And we hit him with a boat.
Oh.
Play Demolition Derby with
the logic of
boats.
Greff.
Ram their boat with our boat.
I mean, yes.
We have an undead backup boat. Do they have an undead backup boat? Highly unlikely. I am a betting man, and I'm putting some gold on this one.
Mm-hmm. Oh. I suppose, Greff, I will follow your advice here because I think you have the clearest idea of what would be good on boating things.
Thank you.
Suvi's just
right.
so scared.
Oh.
Don't worry about it, buddy. We got this.
Okay. Thanks, Greff.
Greff gives you like a nice gentle clap on the back. It's not one of those gonna tumble you over intentionally like he does with Aset and others.
Suvi appreciates this very much.
Okay. Greff tries to lead the group into moving the boat so it can go into the tunnel.
Okay. It's something you could do fairly easily. The waves here are much calmer than you suspect that they should be, being the storm that is clearly happening outside and the fact that this place is supposed to be a little bit janky anyway. You managed to make your way inside the cave. Can everyone see in the dark?
No.
I can't remember.
I can.
I think gnomes can. It's just Greff.
No, I
Your
can't
captain.
either.
Can't see shit. Oh, no.
Yeah, I can.
Well,
I have spells for that, but I'm afraid to use them.
Uh-huh.
you make your way into the cave. For those of you who can't see in the dark, it is just pitch darkness after a while. You very much rely on your companions to say whether you're about to hit a wall, but after a while it just becomes impractical to have those kind of guidances.
Okay, so as soon as we step off the boat, Suvi's going to look for a rock to put a tawny owl feather under. Does she find one?
You are currently stuck in the middle of a cave because Greff cannot pilot you any further forward. You are very much still
on the boat.
Okay. In the cave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still in the boat. Right?
Yeah, then we're just going to put down the anchor for now and try to... The word isn't like to moor the ship is to like strand it, but more intentionally. It's not really what we're doing. We're just trying to like put it in a situation like where it's not going to be smashing up against rocks and get destroyed.
Yeah, I think that's something that y'all can very easily do. You can drop the anchor and it will be moored enough. Let's put it like that. As you are dropping the oar into the water, just as it hits and you hear the splash, you all suddenly start hearing this low. No, you're suddenly hearing this high-pitched sound that starts very, very, very far away. And after a few moments, you realize that you are hearing a person, and you can hear them screaming over and over. And it seems to be getting louder and closer to you.
Are there words or just pain or anguish or something?
What languages do y'all speak?
Oh, not many. Druidic. Yeah.
That's not going to help in
No.
this situation.
Oh wait,
Didn't think so.
I know a few of them.
I've got common, goblin, and giant.
You speak both Commons, right?
Yes.
I speak Kino Common, Old Discora Common, Undercommon, Infernal, and Druidic.
I speak common and abyssal.
Wow.
We have a good variety here.
At this point, Vox and Greff, you think you recognize maybe some of the words, like they're kind of similar in tone and inflections and the odd syllables. Like you think you're hearing a person talking. It's not just inane screaming and shouting that sometimes if you don't understand language, it sounds like. I'm very sorry, that's how it sounds like to me. But Vox, you understand this. This is a very old dialect of Discoran Common. It is definitely old. It's not something you'd be able to converse, for example, with Greff with, because Greff would have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. And you hear this person screaming. They are yelling about... They're yelling about a cleric, someone who has come and killed him. He is screaming that he will get revenge. He is screaming his losses. He is calling out for someone to hear him and help him. He's calling out for the ship of the damned if they even could be bothered to hear him. He's calling out for a horseman, maybe, but that may be the incorrect word. You're not 100% sure. He's calling out for a mother, a father. He's screaming and asking for help, for revenge, for freedom.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Vox can't see his shit and is just kind of sitting on the deck and hey guys. So I can the person screaming, yeah, I can understand what they're saying.
Oh, yeah, it's like I can't really pierce it through, but it's a couple of words in there.
Yeah, it's so it's Discoran, but like the old language Discoran. Like I can understand it. Like
Okay.
like this is talking like the language from God knows how many generations ago. Millennia? Centuries? I don't know.
Millennia for sure.
Millennia. Yeah, so apparently something about the cleric killed them and they want revenge and yelling about the family and something about a horseman, I think. I don't know. That part was kind of vague. The ship of the damned, which kind of ironic since, we just kind of showed up with one. But, yeah, so I don't like this.
What does that mean?
They're calling for help. I don't know what to do with that information.
Yes, well...
We go help. That's all we can do.
So...
But I can't see anything right now.
Yeah, me neither.
I can. It's, I'm seeing a tunnel, I guess.
Yeah, kind of what you're seeing, like very, like, you can see that the tunnel stretches ahead of you and like the way that it turns, you think, yeah, maybe you might be seeing a little bit of light coming from the other end, maybe, but that's a big question mark. And whether it's the sun or whether it's a torch, you can't be 100% sure. All around you, you can see there are like stalagmites and stalactites, which you've been carefully guiding your ship around. Until it got to the point where you're like, you need them to be able to see what they're doing. You can see that, yeah, there are probably a couple of bats in here. I mean, that's usual for a cave, right? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
You see that.
Sure. Yes, I think there is a little bit of light quite far ahead, but, it's just the tunnel and the stalactites. Yes, stalactites. Yeah. as before.
If we want to risk it, I could use magic to light us up.
Do any of you have actual torches?
I would assume Greff does, as he is a human with no dark vision.
I have magic.
We put no stuff in Suvi's anything apart from her branch, and she's not lighting that on fire.
Oh, I have a lantern of revealing.
You do, yes. It's in the form of a little dragon friend.
Yep.
You know, that thing.
You feel a lot of tapping on your shoulder. Clink, clink, clink.
It's only extremely magical.
Oh, yeah, that might be a little.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
They did mention that items and objects are less powerful, but a lot less chaotic.
Friend. All right. Greff is gonna clink on the little dragon and have it open its mouth.
That is so adorable.
It does so. It does so. And you see most of the cave. Most of the cave and the tunnel-like system. Yeah, like you see everything I described to Suvi just now. Okay. You could definitely use the light from it to guide your ship out, or further into the cave, if there is further cave.
Okay, so we've gone into a tunnel/cave, and is there only one way forward, or are there...
At the moment, from where you are, you can only see one way forward, and it kind of turns, let's say, to the left. Like you can't see the end of it. So if you turn that corner, there may be extra tunnel to explore.
I'm getting season 2 White Vault chills. Yes. Anywho.
Oh, don't say that.
You can hear that the screaming is beginning to like fade out. It came just as it's going just as suddenly as it came, like almost as out of nowhere, and it's just petering down into nothingness.
All right. We have to move. So is there a way for us to like kind of climb into the cave itself, or is it just like a watery cave?
At the moment, it's just a watery cave.
So no little
take
ledges?
A perception check. Not where you are. You might have seen like one or two ledges on the way in, but like nothing really big enough to warrant stepping out.
Ooh, that's a 24.
You can definitely hear the sounds of waves like lapping against a surface and then bouncing, which would indicate that there's clearly like a flatter ground area and a cave-like back that's quite large compared to just sloshing against nothingness.
All right. Greff is gonna like just like pinch the dragon's mouth closed just a little bit, just like minimizing the amount of brightness coming out. And then he's gonna try to maneuver the boat a little bit further until he can like thwarts the sound that he's hearing.
V?
Yep.
Important question.
Yep.
Does the lantern of revealing reveal invisible people?
No.
Oh, thank God. I don't know. What if it's like a fucking ghost or something, you know?
What if it's a ghost? Oh.
You close the mouth, right? So it's no longer revealing?
No, it's revealing a little bit.
I imagine he like pinched its mouth until it was mostly closed, just so that we wouldn't like broadcast our direction and our intentions.
It's kind of like it's like a hooded lantern, basically. I mean, it's got the shutter, so you can kind of narrow down how much it actually...
Okay. You are planning on continuing forwards, or are you going to turn the ship around?
The sloshing sound is coming from forward? Or behind
Yes.
us? Then very carefully, we're going to try to move the ship forward.
Yeah,
Unless...
you pull the anchor up.
Yeah.
As you pull the anchor up, the moment that it leaves the water, you hear this screaming beginning to start again. And you use the very small, narrow light that is your dragon of revealing. Mm-hmm. And you make your way forwards very, very slowly, very, very carefully, with as little disturbance as you possibly can. And as you round a corner, you can see that the tunnel goes straight on for a long, long time, as if this was not naturally hewn. This looks as if someone's cast magic, and it's a poof, straight circular hole out. And you can see light at the end.
Does it look like
but
daylight?
As you continue on a little bit along this,
yeah,
very much so. you notice on your left, probably about halfway along, you notice there is clearly an area of flatness. So you could pull the boat up alongside and you can tell that there is like a shelf in there or a part of a cave. You can't see exactly in there from where you are, but you can definitely tell there is a place that you could stop and get out and have a look. And as you go closer and closer to this, one rocking of the waves, I need the two of you who want to be at the front, i.e. not Greff, to make a perception roll for me.
Who do we think that would be?
I think probably Suvi is closer to Greff because she's so damn scared.
Fair. Okay, then in that case, Ivoris and Vox.
I think Greff has given the little dragon to Suvi to like hold at this point just to calm her down a little bit. Even though she doesn't need the light, it's just something.
She's stroking it slightly just to calm herself down.
Did the little dragon have a name?
What's that?
Did the little dragon ever have a name?
No.
No.
Well, actually, let me open Aron's character sheet.
Aw.
Mietho doesn't remember, but I have a feeling that Greff carries a little bit of guilt about Aaron's life.
As he should.
And as such, I think Greff...
It does have a name.
Aw.
I thought I might have named it.
Can Greff have heard that name at some point?
It's probably etched into it or something, I imagine.
Yeah.
Its name is Ira. I-R-A.
Oh, look, Greff, it says, I think it's Ira here. Is that the name of the dragon?
That sounds about right. I think I heard Aaron call it that at the time.
That's so nice.
Yeah, that's a possession of an old friend of mine. Please be careful with it.
Of course, I will be very careful. Thank you for trusting me with it.
Okay, so what did you get on your perception checks?
14.
26.
Good. On a 26, at the very, very narrow beam that is coming from this is just enough to light up what is, as you get to it, as you get to that opening on, like, let's say your left-hand side, because left is the thing today. You notice on the left-hand side, you come across this area which is massive. It's the ground part where you could walk on from your boat is completely smooth and completely flat. Covered in moss, and it's going to be super slippy, but that's your problem, not mine. You notice the cave is big enough and it has a couple of these smaller, maybe doorways or archways that clearly have other rooms beyond them. Like what you're looking at is an entrance room of sorts. And the very narrow beam that you just managed to catch, you spot this small person. There may be 3 foot and something, maybe. They appear to have like dark greenish hair. He appears to be wearing this kind of dark blue armor that has been torn asunder. And you can tell that this person has or had a lot of magic. You can tell from the beam, like odd bits of them seem to be lighting up odd colors. And it doesn't look like any rune patterns that you have ever seen on a person ever. And as soon as the beam passes, you don't see them again.
Oh, that's creepy. Oh, that's so creepy. Okay. Okay, important question, V.
Yeah.
Would I think that might be a trap? Like a hag or something?
Only you can determine that. All I can say is that they are of goblin, gnome, or halfling height. Or kobold, because we also have them when you're doing our own world now. Mm-hmm. Of their particular height. You know that this person is magical, but not in a way that you have ever been familiar with magic. And you also know they're invisible.
It's Analog! Yay!
It's not Analog.
We're saved!
Okay, so I think Vox is gonna like very carefully go back over to Greff and just in a whisper, hey, do me a favor. Hey, so there's a thing over there. I'm gonna have Suvi aim the light over there. I just wanted to let you know, since you're kind of doing the whole steering thing, just if it's scary and tries to kill us, get us the fuck out of here, okay?
Hit it with the boat, yes.
No, don't hit it with the boat.
We have to scare it. We have to point the light at it and yell all at the same time.
Well, no. See, Ivoris, that depends. What kind of, like, is this a ghost or is it like a Yuri or like, we got to figure that out. You can't just shine. You can't shine lights on everything like that. You gotta look for.
Greff, can I have you roll a perception roll?
Yes. I already rolled a 24 for you. What do you want from me? God.
That's definitely not it.
More.
Yeah, I rolled a natural 1. So,
Not worth a shit. Continue.
Yeah.
Okay, is Suvi hearing this whisper, or is she being instructed?
Clearly, you're standing.
Yes.
You would not have been allowed to walk away from me with the dragon.
No. And she wouldn't.
You're standing
No.
She wouldn't. Big, scary tunnels, scary stuff. She's staying right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, you heard
okay. So, folks.
Yeah, so that's right.
And she very sort of carefully opens it and directs it at where they point.
As you open the mouth and you begin to slowly like turn it in the direction of like the extra, let's call it the flat cave, right? That's just to one side. As you begin to turn it in the direction of the flat cave, the light falls fully upon Ruin's armor. And as you look, you realize it's about 2 feet in front of you.
2 feet in front of the boat?
In front of you.
In front of me?
It's standing right on top of you.
Is it just the armor?
Basically, I'm doing the thing where like you only have a beam of light, so you can't light up their entire body. But you're also short, and so are they. So you're only like being able to see the armor part.
Okay, so
I think Greff punts it.
He's gonna what?
Kick it. Just kick it with all his might. Like, I think Suvi's standing right next to Greff at this point, right?
yes. Yes.
Yeah, Greff
You
would
would definitely be able to punt it,
If you show me like a magical, invisible little thing, I'm gonna kick the shit out of it.
Yeah. And Suvi's gonna sort of go and have a reaction. So the light's gonna go up and down first. Yeah.
Yeah. As you kind of, it goes up and down and the mouth actually opens properly. Greff, you have a very good view of what looks like a halfling with dark green hair with armor that has clearly been torn asunder as if they've been in a battle. You also see this creature, this person is covered in brightly glowing runes, but they're, again, none of which any of you would ever have seen before. And you go and attempt to punt it. Go ahead, make an attack roll for me.
Okay. Let me see. Non-magical attack roll, so I'll just roll my strength. It's a crit.
Oh. That's better.
I hope it's not friendly.
So I was going to say roll at disadvantage, but you did have the surprise in it, so I was going to let you roll flat.
Okay.
Which is nice. Okay, so you got a natural 20. What is your damage for trying to punt it?
I think it's just your strength bonus. I think there's no dice.
I think it's like 1 plus
strength.
Strength bonus. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it's 5, and my crit does nothing because it only doubles dice, not bonuses.
Oh, no.
What a waste.
What a waste. As you go to punt this thing and you make a heavy connection with it, you feel as if your entire leg has been drenched in freezing cold water. I need you to make a con save.
Oh, I shouldn't have done this, should I? 1 second.
I mean, it's a fair reaction.
Uh-huh.
I think so. If I remember.
Oh, shit! Kicking it. That's a very fair, very Greff reaction.
I was going to say Suvi
advantage.
dropped the thing, but then I was like, no. She's been told to be very careful. Sorry.
Please.
Yeah.
All right. I roll Constitution with advantage due to the bindings of Eliminator.
Ah, fuck you. Yeah, sorry, Karin.
27.
27!
I rolled a 19.
When you said fair reaction, I thought you said fairy action.
Fairy
And I was like, it's a fairy. The fairy's freezing
action.
Greff. Fairy action.
I did a little pirouette and then I kicked it in the balls.
And it was adorable,
And it did a
the
fairy
whole
action on
thing.
you. We've not even left the ship. Can we not fuck this up?
Yeah. I know.
Okay, I'm just going to roll this one.
Especially if our tank goes out of. Oh no! V's making a face.
You take 12 points of cold damage and you resist an effect.
That's more than that you did.
Yes, I know. I'm very aware of the fuck-ups.
Just, count the numbers.
Gonna take a shot in the dark that the foot passes through it.
Basically, yeah. As you pass through it, you can tell that the form is definitely reacting to a foot passing through it, especially one much bigger than it. And you can see like some of the runes begin to twist and kind of part around where the foot has passed through. And you see as Greff's leg leaves the area that is covered in like a very fine sheen of ice.
Ooh.
Okay, Suvi's gonna talk to it. Hello, sorry about that. I'm Suvi.
Greff is ready to pull Suvi away if it's gonna try to touch her.
Yes. All right, 1 second. Talking to it is an option.
It's a dumb option. Make a death save.
I have 10 temporary health points. Does anybody know where that was from?
I do that. I think when we rest, when we take long rests.
Okay.
Let me find the ability. It's on you most of the time because it's every time we finish a long rest, short or long rest. Temporary hit points equal to warlock level plus my charisma modifier for 5 creatures. Five creatures I get more. You guys get temporary hit points equal to half of warlock level plus charisma modifier.
Oh, so I would have had how much temporary?
We are 10 plus 5. I get 15. And you
guys get
all get half. So 5 plus 5 is 10. I get 15. You all get 10. That's why you have 10.
The fact that I have a plus 10 here is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. Great. Wonderful.
Right.
But that all just got yeeted. So,
Yes.
Greff, you've taken 2 points of hit damage.
Yeah.
The being, I'm assuming you're going to try and keep the light on him, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You see this, you see his face look at you and he turns his head. And as he opens his jaw, it just kind of like drops a little bit further than it technically should.
Suvi's very scared.
Yeah. And he seems to be trying to mimic your facial movements as you're speaking. Can you make an insight roll?
21.
You realize he doesn't understand what you're saying.
Aha. Right. And this was a halfling, so no. My gnomish knowledge would not help.
I'm afraid not.
No. Okay, so I don't think he understands what I'm saying. Anyone else wants to talk to him, maybe?
Oh, maybe. Oh, this might be the... Okay. Great, fantastic. Switches over to old Discorn common and just hi.
He very slowly, how creepy I'm gonna be creepy. You see his body like twist in your direction and then slowly his head turns afterwards.
Oh, I don't like that.
Fuck it, I'm rolling this horror, guys. I'm doing it.
Great.
He stares at you and he just mouths the word hi back. And then after a moment, you hear the voice kind of echoing around the cave as if there's a genuine delay between talking and it coming out. You just hear, hi.
I'm going to take it that you're the one I heard that was screaming about a cleric and a bunch of stuff like that.
Yes.
Okay. I don't suppose you happen to know where the cleric is right now.
You see him look down and he looks back up at you and he says, he was here in my home, but days ago.
So you live here?
He points at the cave
And he says, I did. I will again, if not killed. I do see him, like, shoot a glance over in Greff's direction.
Why is it looking at me like that?
Switches back to Kino. Not a big fan of the kick, basically.
Not a big fan of it freezing my toes off.
Says that the cleric was here a couple days ago. That right there is home. Turns back and switches over to the Discord. Sorry, do you have a name?
Yes. Zaffin. And he points to himself.
Can I get a spelling on that?
Yes, that is a Zaffin or Zaffin if you're American.
Okay. Nice to meet you. I am Vox. This here is Greff. That's Suvi, and that's Ivoris.
Suvi waves as she hears her name.
He turns to look at you each, and you feel almost like a cold shiver or a very hot shiver, depending on which you prefer. You see that he looks over at he'll start with Vox. You see that he takes a few steps forward, and you have to move the light to actually follow him. And he reaches out a hand to Vox.
I wouldn't touch it. He hurt me just touching him.
Well, you kicked him.
Vox.
We hear quietly off Ivoris.
Zaffin, I'm sorry. I would shake your hand, but it seems like contact with you directly anyways is not as ideal as you might want it to be anymore.
I realize that you are able to speak with the others here.
I can.
I wish to do the same. And again, he looks at his hand and looks back at you.
Are you trying to do a spell to make it so you can speak with them?
He nods and he says, my magic is chaos, even undeath chaos.
Is it going to work on this island the way that you want?
And you hear his voice just echo all around him, even though his mouth is closed.
Oh,
and when he opens his mouth again, he says, I am chaos magic.
Okay, just please don't hurt me. It reaches a hand out.
He reaches out a hand. It is incredibly cold. And you feel that little shock, crap. But it does no damage.
The light sort of wobbles as Suvi is scared for Vox.
You can see the shake. That's so cute. You feel like a sudden, like you've just been mildly shocked. And you pull your hand away. You can't even shake his hand. It's completely incorporeal. And he takes his hand back and he moves a bit so that he's able to see the four of you properly. And he says, I am Zaffin. I am the guardian of this island.
Oh, hello. I'm Suvi. I need to talk to you, I think.
Oh. And he kind of has a smile, as if he's genuinely quite surprised. It's okay. Suvi. And your companions are?
So this is Greff, and I'm sure he didn't understand that you wouldn't hurt us, which is why he's very sorry about what happened.
I would. He is right to have struck first.
Right.
And your other friend. And he looks over at Ivoris.
This is Ivoris, and yes, and you've met Fox, of course. Yes, hello.
You have come too late.
Oh no, why?
The Goliath that came. He came a few days ago. Killed me again. And they took another god from us.
And they will come back.
When did this happen? 2 days?
Did we notice a god dying 2 days ago?
I don't
You
remember
did
it.
not.
No. Right.
Yesterday.
Which god was it?
Ilmater passed.
Ilmater has not passed. You are wrong.
He looks at you and he takes a few steps forward. He kind of like disappears out of the light for a moment, and then like you just feel his presence right in front of you, Greff. And then like you're suddenly able to see him look up at you as he makes himself not exactly corporeal, but seen enough that all of you can see him even without the light of revealing. And he looks up at you and he says, "You are not from my time."
Oh, so we're out of sync somehow? So we're some other time now. I'm very confused.
Oh, you think... Well, you're clearly from older times. Your voice, your language. Do you mean more days, not ages?
Days, yes.
Well, it happened for you, but it hasn't happened for us. Has it already happened on the island?
Gods die here. Gods are not meant to be where chaos magic is. It is for us to protect it from the gods. It is for us to be able to rise against them and their tyranny. It is not a place for gods. Gods, when they are brought here, when we summon them here in their raw form, they are brought here to die.
Right, so, before Ilmater, who was the god before that died here? Just trying to...
An excellent
figure
question.
out how this all works.
It was Savras, Ogma.
Lathander.
Was it Lathander?
Pretty sure.
I thought Lathander came after Ilmater.
Yep. So it's Lilira, and then Lathander, and then Ilmater.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay, so Lathander is the one we know about. Right? Because that was the temple we visited?
Yep.
We also obviously know about Savras, because a certain former
A
paladin.
certain somebody here is Lilira.
Yes.
So is everything happening on this island a couple days in the future from the rest of the world?
It's a few days depending on who you are and when you enter.
Right, that doesn't really help. So if we go out and go back in again, would it be later or earlier, perhaps? Yeah.
That would be up to the dice of fate, wouldn't it?
Oh, that's no good then.
That's why we took down fate.
What do you mean you took down fate? Why does this unholy place where the gods can't live exist? What are you talking about?
Do you know much of my apocalypse?
You mean the Dragon Lich, right? Draco Lich.
That's a part of it, yes. There were many wars fought, many apocalypses all at once. My friends and I, we fought the gods for control of our own destiny. Fate wouldn't tell us who we would love. Fate wouldn't tell us when we die. Fate wouldn't tell us if we hurt someone. We decide what we do. So we fought her, and we took her down, so we could write our own fates. The irony being that some of us still had to step into the vacuums of power left behind. I chose to guard this place,
Why?
Until the next turning of the age.
Why did you make that choice?
To protect ourselves. To protect our magic.
And how long have you
5 millennia.
protected the magic? Do you know?
For an age. There is a new age coming if this apocalypse is weathered. Each of us who took positions of responsibility and power, the mother of time, the father of nature, he who is magic, myself, the guardians of summer and winter. We each of us took jobs. And when the next age comes and I feel it in my bones, and then he sort of realizes he doesn't have any bones, he is incorporeal right now. I feel a new age is coming, and my watch is over.
So you've been here keeping this place safe and secure so that...
If we need to rise against the gods again, we will have the magic to do so.
Greff, rolls his eyes at this phrasing. Just
But surely that's not the problem now. The gods aren't the problem.
No.
The gods dying is the problem.
Yes.
So, we are here to try and do helpful things. So, any sort of tips you could have on doing helpful things here would be very much appreciated.
I have repelled many of their attacks over the last year. They have seemed to have gotten the better of me recently. When they come next, fight them and stop them.
How?
Do not destroy everything I have protected. The gods may not be the problem this apocalypse. But I assure you, when they realize how powerful we mortals are, we will need this again.
So you started off by saying it was too late? So,
This time round, yes. Too late for Ilmater.
yes. Or, yeah, right.
Ivoris is going to do something while they're talking.
Yeah, sure.
This is dumb, but
Bring it on.
he's going to, because the fate thing has reminded him, he could check. He's going to try to do his future thing and see when the cleric gets here next, see what kind of time frame they're looking at.
Oh, you're about to have your eyes exploded out of your asshole, dude, doing magic here.
I think we had mentioned that the last time you did it was basically the last time you could do it.
Was it? I mean, I knew that I was struggling with it, but yeah,
you are on a chaos island.
yeah, but I'm at a place.
So I am all on board for giving this a shot, Neil.
Okay, I mean, this is a place
please
that's
understand
hidden from gods, but the god is dead, and I have an aspect of it. I'm not necessarily doing anything with the god itself. The god's not involved in this whatsoever.
No, there's no god involved for you. The ability you have was basically latent leftover echoes. I'm going to say you can give this a shot because you are on a chaos island. I'm going to say this is your last time. End of discussion. This is it. This is the last time. You're not supposed to have this, Neil.
But V,
your god is dead, bro.
I know.
Get over it.
You give it a shot, but there are consequences for magic.
Is
Potentially.
this magic?
I should think so, Neil. Can you, Neil, see into the future?
Well, V, I'm glad you asked.
I knew you were going to say that.
If you can accurately predict
Mind
what
freak.
you're going to roll, fine.
I'm
Call
gonna
it, Neil.
roll
You have a 1 in 20 chance.
a 17.
No, Neil, be smart. Say 1 and then just roll 1d1.
Fuck you, Aether.
I'll play the god of the dice.
I heard 17. All right, Neil.
I can't remember what this roll is.
You had one called Futures.
Oh,
It was
you're
a
right.
skill.
Okay, it's a skill. It takes place of some other skill on my character sheet.
Yeah, and I
can
don't remember what.
I just basically lost that skill now because the skill is gone and not usable.
We're not very smart.
I rolled a 16. I rolled
So close and
I rolled
yet
a
so far, Neil.
22. So it was
All
16 plus 6.
I need you to roll a 1d2, please.
Flip a coin.
Basically, yeah. High or low, Neil?
Is it 22 a failure?
High or low, Neil?
High or low? Low.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it worked last time.
You want this to be a 1 then?
It's a 1! Oh, wait, I rolled the wrong thing. Fuck!
No, that was
No,
correct.
you're all the right thing.
No, you rolled
Oh,
exactly
okay.
what you were supposed to, yeah.
Oh, cool.
All right. You have accurately predicted whether it's a high or a low, so you have escaped consequences this time.
Ooh.
But it's your last future check. 22 is more than enough for success. What are you trying to look for exactly?
When the cleric shows up to the island from our perceived timeline here, like us, you know, not from the rest of the world, like I'm here doing the spell here. I want to know here on this timeline from now when exactly he shows up next.
Alrighty then.
Not necessarily when we're going to see him, because I want to make plans based around when he shows up. So I want to, you know, I want to know before we have the interaction with him when he's here.
You're gonna like Schrodinger's cleric, like you're gonna just collapse the timeline by looking into it. He's just here now.
Yeah, in 5 minutes.
Oof.
I need to find exactly what date it is that we could do without fucking the timeline.
Oh no.
Because after a certain thing, when you're close to a certain portal and certain things return back to normal, there was a time skip.
Oof.
Okay.
This is why V is getting rid of my future vision.
Yep. At this point in the game, it's dangerous. He says, as you look forward into the future, you see yourselves camped in the forest, and then you see yourselves camped inside a building, and it smells a lot like sulfur. You see 2 camps pass, and then you see what looks like an exceptionally exhausted, barely being held up by the people around him, Goliath cleric that you once tricked into giving you a web of creation, an alchemist stone. You also notice that with him is a small gnomish woman that you'd recognize probably to be as Kel's.
Oh. Oofsie daisies. V.
What? What do you want from me, Neil?
Okay, so 2 nights pass.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll see Basket shortly.
Maybe. Or maybe when he comes through, he doesn't come through for another 20 days.
Well, he's certainly
or maybe
not
when
gonna
you guys
come through
leave, it will be half an hour later.
He's
Like,
certainly not going to come through the cave.
he's not getting that boat in the cave.
No.
The cave is way too small.
Yeah.
If we back out again, we'll come back here 4 days earlier, surely. No.
Just
No.
put the boat in reverse.
Yeah, exactly.
Turn the sails upside down.
Telling him to reverse back the boat in means that time goes backwards for him. So he's actually going to be waiting for you. He's just going to turn up at the other side. That's not how this works, guys.
Ivoris suddenly has a bit of panic about him.
No.
I don't think we were paying attention to you, so I think Greff is having a existential crisis kind of moment. The dwarf talking about killing dwarf. Why do I think he's a
Halfling.
dwarf?
Halfling.
Halfling, thank you. The halfling talking about killing the gods.
Right. Suvi's trying to think of Suvi and myself are trying to think about what she hasn't asked yet that she needs to know.
Sorry, she has 2 days. I have 2 days to drop plot.
Oh, dear. We're camping. Oh, okay. Okay, so, I know is I have to perform a ritual. Would you know any ritual that would be connected to this place? Perhaps? Does that ring?
Many.
Right. Okay.
You have a ritual to destroy this place, don't you?
Maybe? I mean, right.
Before we speak more, answer me this, Suvi. Would you consider taking my place and protecting this magical haven?
You see, that has been sort of looming a little bit lately, but I feel like I don't know don't about everything to sort of make that kind of decision. And also, I don't understand the consequences of any of these things. I think I just want to help and to do the right things for as many people as possible. And I'm not sure what is right. She sort of grabs Greff's hand because she's closest, because she's scared now.
Can you take a persuasion roll for me?
Yes, of course I can. If I can see it through the tears. Oh, she's not good at that.
Oh, Suvi.
Not good at that at all. 10.
He has a much colder heart than I do, I'm sorry. He looks at you and he says, I did not know the consequences of this either. But it was something I was called to do, so I did it.
And why did you... I know you've explained, but I still don't understand. What about people, people you knew and flowers and
they're long
rats,
gone.
Babies, and everything.
Rats.
Yes, they're very cute, and I have to go back and name them. You see? I don't.
Greff is leaning down on his hunches, and he's gonna put his hand on Suvi's shoulder.
I don't understand what will happen. Or maybe if I make a choice like that, I would save all of that, and it would be worth it. But I don't understand.
You see him put his hands forward. He puts them palm up, and you suddenly see everything around you suddenly light up. The cave isn't dark anymore. It is well lit. The water, the darkness that was all underneath you suddenly begins to become a very bright blue, like as if there's a boatload of sand underneath it and it's very bright. The bats above you just fly out of existence. They were never there, and a bunch of small hummingbirds fly in, and you hear a couple of songbirds outside, and everything is much cooler. And you feel all the dark magical energy that was around you just dissipate. And you see him sit down in front of you, fully corporeal as a halfling. And he puts his hand out to you and gently rests it on your shoulder. Just above where Greff's is, so he's nowhere near touching it. It still feels cold to the touch, but nowhere near as what Greff had felt. And he says, I understand that to you all of this is terrifying and scary and unending. I do truly understand that. It's not fun.
No.
I am exceptionally powerful, and I can come and go as I please without the time being affected for me. I can come and go without my magic being depleted, without aging. I can see my friends who took positions similar to mine. And there will be people who have to step in and take our roles. People you may or may not know. It is important to me to keep this place safe for the future and safe from enemies, and I have turned away more darkness here than you could possibly ever imagine.
So, but why did they succeed at last? Because, yes, you seem very, very powerful, and I'm sure you've done so many good things.
I like to think so. But they are stronger than I am, because I am... My friend Hope told me that as we reach the end of our hourglasses, whatever the fuck she's talking about, we get weaker. We're not supposed to see the next stage in. The world is supposed to change. Time magic is supposed to change. The nature of magic changes. It has changed entirely since I was here. The horsemen of mortality, they've changed and twisted already. I can feel it. He who is magic, his powers are fading and twisted because everything changes. Policies change. Religion changes. Magic changes. Time changes. And there is the simple fact that the blissful eclipse is stronger than I am. I am not strong enough alone. Chaos, even as directed as I can make it, even as I have much access to all the chaos magic on this island, I am not strong enough to wield it alone. Not anymore.
If you, who has done all this and is so powerful, if you can't fix this, then how could we do anything?
He looks at each of you in turn. Could each of you either make a persuasion roll or a deception roll, depending on if you are willing to let him insight you or not?
Well, I'm shit at that. I'm shit at both of those, so...
You could intimidate him. I take that as an option too for Greff.
Hey, I do.
Fucking look at me. Fuck off.
For some reason, I can't even see deception, and I mean, she wouldn't do that anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Then that would be persuasion if you don't think deception fits.
Ivoris
God damn it, Greff.
kind of still like digesting his like revelation that he's had about the fact that this is an impossible task. What does that make me roll?
Then I will just roll. I will just roll versus the lowest of what everybody else rolls.
Okay.
I think that's fine.
So would persuasion be a good thing, or like can I just be like an open book to this? Like
persuasion is the open book. Yeah.
Because like initially I didn't like this guy, but like the more he talks, it's like okay, so it's kind of the same boat that Vox is in, where it's like greater good type thing. Like it's not that he wants to kill the gods; it's if they fuck up, then
someone needs to hold them responsible. Is essentially what he's
right. It's not I'm going to kill them; it's I'm holding the weapon, deterring them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nuclear deterrent and all that. Yep. Got it.
Oh, damn.
There's the curse. That one for 3.
All right.
I let my mask drop by mistake. I'm unreadable.
He can't. Yeah, that's essentially what I'm going for. Is that for Vox at least? No idea. Kind of just no idea at all. But for Suvi and what the fuck is his name? Ivoris. Thank you for Suvi and Ivoris. It feels like he's gotten the gist of who you are. As for Greff, yeah, he takes one look at you, sees the very defensive "go fuck yourself" attitude. Yeah, he's not reading you at all. He says, "You aren't here alone, Suvi. You have clearly very powerful friends, strong and protective friends. That remains to be seen." And he kind of looks at Greff and like pretends to like rub where he got kicked. And he says,
Greff.
"Fucking try my life." No, I'm joking. You have your friends here. Mine are dead, dying, or doing their job.
I'm so sorry that has happened to you.
He nods and he says, "I appreciate that. But they too, apart from Magic himself and Mother of Time, they're also all alone. If becoming a guardian is not something you would be willing to step in to do, I know there will be others that come. Others have, others will, even if you do take my place. I will keep carrying this burden if I need to. But I need you not. Please, do not destroy this place."
Okay, so that sounds like it means I don't have to decide everything right now. Is that right?
He nods.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. And
I do have some bad news,
okay.
if it changes things.
He turns and looks at you.
We're not going to be able to win this fight the way I've seen it. I haven't seen the fight, but we weren't expecting Kells. Kells will be here in 2 days with the cleric. Kells fought away 2 dragons. The one that we know didn't make it.
What?
Like I had assumed.
There are still dragons.
Kells fought away 2 dragons while maintaining an attack on the entire capital. I almost went down fighting a handful of undead on a boat. I don't even know if my plan is good enough.
Tell me about Kells. Are they the cleric?
I don't think so. They're a necromancer, I think. Do I know Lich? Do I know the...
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
They are a Lich, and they are kind of in charge of everything in Kino at the moment. They have the government under their control. They are responsible for, I think as far as I know, all of this.
How sure are you?
Of Kells? Being...
Of when?
Oh, of when? When Savras died, I was able to see bits of the future, and I haven't been able to in a while, but I tried here just now and was able to see that in 2 days, the cleric, which we were expecting, shows up, and that's what I was looking for. But he shows up with Kells. And if Kells is staying, we can't win that fight.
You believe she is a lich?
The amount of power that she has, I know we can't take her.
That would explain a lot. I thought when I I thought that the cleric looked too tired to be able to take me. I had been managing to fend him off for a few days. It looked like he wasn't sleeping. If she came with him, that would explain how I died so quickly.
So you mean she hasn't been there before the I'm sorry, the final time for you?
I believe she has been here for all of them.
Ah, okay.
Sometimes I have managed to seal off the altar and the volcano. Sometimes I could see them coming and sometimes I couldn't. Sometimes I was dead before I'd even know they'd arrived.
Well, we were responsible for tiring out the cleric because we knew that he would be here. But
You've probably saved more gods than you realized.
good.
I guess I should thank you for your help.
No, we're in this just the same as you. No need. The question is, what do we do now? If not destroy this to keep them from using it, we can't win that fight against them. And even if Suvi takes your place, Suvi's not going to be able to keep them from doing what they're doing any different than you were able to. So, other than destroying this, what do we do?
I think you said that. I don't know. If I did take your place, I would be stronger because my timer hadn't run out or something.
2 days is not enough to get you to where you should be. But there might be a way. There might be a way of dealing with the Lich. I don't think I could kill her. But I think we could stop her from returning here.
That would be entirely necessary. We've seen the amount of power that she has, and we would not be able to win that fight if 2 dragons were unable to while she was maintaining an attack on the capital. She could bring a whole army of undead here.
I will need time to think about this.
Well, you have 48 hours, apparently.
Thereabouts. Yes.
Is there anything on this island that we should be aware of? Anything dangerous?
Anything nice?
Other than you.
Magic.
That is nice place.
Yes.
Rest.
Oh, I love your
The
optimism.
volcano. The volcano and the altar. They're very pretty.
Good.
Did they leave any objects here that might be useful for us? We intended on having a bit of surprise opportunity, so they might know if we steal all their things, but it might also be a great help if they were to leave things that were used against them.
You may find things that I do not. I go explore the altar, the volcano, everything on this island. If you can think of anything to slow down and deter them from getting to the altar, I need to speak with a friend of mine.
Okay. I'm sorry if it's rude, but who is your friend?
He is the father of nature.
No, I don't have ears, so they can't perk up. But if I did,
But if you did,
my listening lizard holes, ear holes.
Become somewhat wider.
I don't think they actually move.
I don't know how this works.
Your head turns in that direction.
There's more attention being paid.
He may be able to help. Perhaps I will go speak to the others. A few of them may have ideas and solutions that I cannot muster up alone.
Right. And we explore?
Yes.
Before you go, if I needed to get a message to a boat that's just right outside of this circle, the time thing, we weren't expecting that. It wouldn't be possible, would it?
I could take a message.
Great. It's hard to miss him. He's the only living one on the ship of the damned.
You see him, like, his eyebrows, like, completely raised as if, like, what the fuck are you talking about? No.
The one I was just screaming about? Oh.
Of course. Your friend, what is his name?
Baskin. He was gonna wait a day and then come and, help if we were in trouble.
Your friend is living and in command of the ship of the damned.
It's a long story. They attacked us.
We won. End of
This
story.
is end times indeed. He smiles at you. I will go speak with him and pass on your message.
Okay, thank you. I don't want him to rush over and in a panic and then realize that we're all just kind of sitting at a camp waiting,
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I will be back soon, before the cleric and Kells arrive. Explore the island,
Yes.
Suvi. Feel the magic that's here. And if protecting this place isn't for you, I will understand.
That's very kind of you.
If I fall, the fate of this island will be in your hands.
My hands? Our hands. Our hands, yes. 4 of us. Good.
He reaches out and he puts hands on both sides of your hands and he looks you like dead on. And for the first time, his mouth movements and his voice sync. And he says, they'll be in your hands.
Right. Okay.
But we're going to make sure it doesn't come to that.
Good. 'Cause
You have rats, baby.
I have rat babies.
And with that, he just disappears.
Where did he go? Right, yes, to talk to his friend. Right. We're exploring, and I have things to think about. Right.
Greff just pulls you a little bit closer, like he's been on his hunches for the last 10-15 minutes of conversation.
Yep.
Pulls you a little bit closer and just you don't have to do anything you don't want to. He holds no power over you, and he does not command your life.
I know.
His rules and his wants have nothing to do with your life.
Seems maybe kind of, they're not just his needs, but thank you, Greff. She's gonna give you a hug if you let her. Yeah.
Yeah. He was gonna pull you a little bit closer if you go for a hug. It's just
Yeah.
I'm going to try not to crush you.
Yeah.
I should probably rip the Band-Aid off the whole Yanti thing with that guy. With the old apocalypse being dragons and gods, I'm pretty sure that he's not going to be extremely fond of Yanti.
Right. Suvi sort of laughs slightly.
I'm sure he's mature enough to see past those kind of things. Right? Mature? 5,000 years old? Nothing? Okay.
Certainly, I just don't want it to be a surprise when I try to do the plan thing and hold him in the spell and all that, so best not to have him think that I am surprising everyone as much as I've surprised him, and, him try to...
I think that's fair, and a good idea. All right, Greff kind of gets up. Okay.
So, are we,
Anyways.
a lighting, I think, maybe? No? Are we getting off the boat here, or are we going towards the light at the other end?
I think getting off here. I'm sure the altar and the volcano is like somewhere around here. That's probably where you'd be. And Greff like kind of taps on the dragon and it opens its mouth like the full way, fully bright, like lights up. Oh, I'm assuming when he left, the illusion he cast kind of.
Nope, it's still there.
Oh, okay. Then the dragon closes its mouth. It's light enough. Okay.
The light is the end of the tunnel on the other side of the island, right? So it would kind of just get us to the other side of the island, but like not anywhere closer to being in this.
Not really.
Thing with the stuff. So we're here.
Yeah, imagine like the volcano is on the left and the tunnel was on the right. It just went in parallel to where the volcano is. You're not really any closer to it. You're just on the other side of the island. That's kind of it, really.
Yeah.
So at least we don't have to do like a weird turnaround with our boat in this narrow tunnel.
No, you do not. No.
Oh, Baskin would never have let me live it down if I like tried to turn the boat around and like Panama Canal the fucking hole.
Cave.
You ruined his fucking boat.
You took it in what? A cave? Greff? Why?
Cave, when did you see me take our boat into a tunnel? Right, you never saw me do that.
Yeah. Poor Baskin.
Don't, let's explore these doors here, but let's also be mindful of what we move around, if anything, and be wary of traps.
Yes, so...
I don't know why they would trap this place, because I don't know who they would ever expect to come here, but best to be safe. And we don't want to make it very clear that we were here. Just in case.
So we're off the boat finally?
Yep, 100% you can be off the boat.
Okay, so she's going to find that rock and just plant the tawny owl feather, and that's what she's doing. She's not explaining that to anyone, by the way, because they weren't...
That's the feather she got from Demi, right?
Yep.
You're putting it by the cave?
By the ledge. Yep,
Dope.
ledge,
all
right there.
The ledge, all right. That's important for future me problems.
I figured, so I thought...
I'll rephrase that as future squashes problems.
Oh, dear.
No, it's future Demi problems.
Oh, you don't want to be the timekeeper? All right, fine. Go be chaos, bitch.
Who do you think's taking over chaos if she doesn't? I've got to have a backup somewhere.
Demi.
No, she's just going to shove Trampel in there. Surely there is nobody more chaotic than the mouth-chewing Trampel.
The world's worst wizard. Now I just need one of you to pick it up and take it back with you, because that would just be super funny, but please don't do that.
Hey, look, a feather.
No! Ivoris!
Where did he get one of these?
Leave that alone, please. It's for Demi.
So on this kind of hole, I guess, that has clearly been sculpted out with magic to create an abode, you see that there are a couple of rooms here. There is clearly what is a guest suite. I don't really know how to phrase it any other way. And there is clearly like his living quarters and his bedroom and his like game and chill area. Like it looks just like a home. It's lit by a variety of different means. Like there are some mushrooms that are glowing that provide like a kind of lightish pinkish color over the area. You also can see that there are these small floating orbs of light that just change color depending on, you think maybe your mood, but you're not 100%. You can see that there are some furniture that when you say stuff, or like if you make a click or a clap sound, that just seem to change shape or color or material completely. Everything here is not of the same taste or the same style. Things do tend to be changing a lot in here.
Well, if there's a light that changes according to mood, I think there's like a what is the mood of annoyance? Like, what is the color of annoyance that's hovering around Greff right now? It's just like, fuck is he talking about? Don't destroy this place. Yeah, sure. Let's
It's
go
a lime green cloud
perfectly for
of
us.
annoyance.
It starts off as a ball, and then it gets near Greff, and it just like turns into like a powder, but it all glows and floats around him.
Oh, those mushrooms are very cool.
I
Look,
love it.
he's already there. Oh, they're already there, I think, at the mushrooms, right? Yeah, I would assume so.
Good to assume.
So, Ivoris, did you see us camping in the woods? And okay, I mean, woods are very nice, but these are some lovely guest quarters. I guess maybe when night times comes around, we're not here anymore. I suppose future sight must be very strange.
Right. I don't necessarily know if we have to be where I saw us. I think the future visions are just like potential things. If we find that we have reason to be there, that would be different.
Oh, okay.
Until we have reason, I don't know that the visions alone are a good enough reason for us to make haste to the woods.
But woods are very nice, so I do understand.
Yes,
Are there
but
woods on this island?
Apparently.
Yeah. There's a shitload of trees. You saw them when you came in.
I was too scared of the jagged rocks you were
Me
describing.
too.
Smart.
And the scary tunnel, and everything's scary.
okay, so this is his quarters, right? So, anything that we're trying to steal from Kells and the cleric would be elsewhere. We should at least probably find that area, huh?
I thought you were going to suggest ransacking his house.
No, he would. No, I believe that if he had anything of use, he would have let us know when we asked specifically about such things.
If you want to look, I'm going to need you to make investigation checks. Like, if you want more than surface details, you can investigate. That's
I
not
mean,
a problem.
Suvi's going to look and try and figure out if she can understand what kind of life he's led. Does that make sense? From his
absolutely.
From his house or quarters.
Absolutely.
Investigation? Yeah, I have no
Yes,
idea
please.
if I many. Oh, I suck at that. Well, she's doing it anyway. 16.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. All right, scroll up to where my boy is.
Damn, if only we had kept that vase, we could have just floop, trapped him in it.
And carried him around.
Taken him wherever. Yeah.
Yeah. You kind of like begin looking through his place, and you notice that there's one item in the kind of like the living area that just never changes, and it's a small like side table. It's kind of round. It's made of this really light wood, and it definitely stands out from the rest of the chaos bullshit and materials around you. And as you look at it a little bit more closely, you notice that there's like this little secret hidden compartment / drawer, like underneath where the tabletop itself is. And yeah, just maybe you accidentally grazed against it, and it opens, and you find inside that there is this what looks like what is the word? You notice that there is this small brass locket, and it's about the right size for you if you were to wear it as a necklace, but for the others it's tiny because obviously this person is also a halfling and you're also quite short. And when you open it, you can feel like there is no real click anymore. It has been so worn that it just doesn't close properly anymore. And inside you can see that the pictures that are there are so faded and worn that you can barely see on the parchment of the inks what this may have been, but you suspect from the engraving that this is probably a person. The engraving is so worn and it's in another language, you can't really read it. But looking around, you would see that his room is a single. There's no extras there. There's no, knickknacks. There's no extra things that shouldn't be here. This is quite a Spartan area. Everything is quite functional. But so the guest quarters are like laid out really nicely, and it's clearly designed for. Clearly has like a big double bed in there, which is like if Greff had a partner, that would be suitably fine for him. And it's filled with like weird little knickknacks and bits and pieces that make it feel homey, make it feel.
So, but his place is not really homey. Okay.
No, it is very sparse and empty, apart from the one weird personal item that you managed to find.
Speaking of Greff's partners, we really should have contacted your assassin friend to come help us kill the terrible things here.
I'm sure Princess Boo is very busy doing things.
Knowing the assembly, that's questionable.
You're not wrong. It would have been helpful. I don't know. Like, I never got into a real scuffle with her. I don't know how powerful she really is in a fight. I'm sure she's, like, good, but... Regrets, maybe? Yeah, Greff's just...
Let me find her character sheet.
Greff's now just, like eyeing the ceiling, thinking to himself, like...
Oh, shit, what level are you guys?
10.
11?
Yeah.
V's realizing that we're going up against, like, level CR22 liches. And, oh, shit,
I don't know what the fuck a CR is. I don't know what you're facing,
You
Neil.
guys aren't level a billion yet? Oh no. I've misguided.
I would say that you know that, and I'm not being weird, you would know that she's not actually very strong, but she is very dexterous and very, very fast.
Mm-hmm. When I say strong, I mean more powerful than strong.
Yeah, you know that she, you would not be surprised if this world had the equivalent of, like, Cirque du Soleil if she was a performer.
On the scale
that would
of
not
1
surprise
to
you in the
10.
slightest. Yeah.
1 to 20.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah.
No, we're doing 1 to 10.
How good and powerful?
On a scale of 1 to 10, she is a 7.
Okay.
So she's level 14. Gotcha.
Yes, she is.
Jesus. Yeah, we should have brought her.
Well, I can make a box or two. We have a couple days.
Well,
and
Chaos?
we should test the waters of magic
Ivoris,
anyways,
remember the
right?
chaos thing here?
Right. Like I said, something to test, right? It's better to test this while not in the presence of clerics of Kellenville, and also Kells who
but
kills
also
dragons.
this friend of Greff's, maybe you kind of care about her and don't want her to die in
That's
transit,
true.
maybe? Because that would be very bad, right?
It would be very sad.
Bad, sad, all of the above, yes. Not gonna stop you, of course.
I only have 1 diamond.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, I think I'm the only one who can use it, and I'm the one who is putting myself in quite a big amount of damage potential. So, a bit nervous about that, not gonna lie.
Well, you have at least a day to, feel out the magic in this area. Like, why don't you cast some?
So you want me to make a box?
No, just make a smaller spell. Like, don't go full hog. At least test the waters before you jump in.
The box is kind of small, 3x3.
You know what I mean. I ain't engaging in your silliness.
Ivoris turns into a giant snake monster. Is that affected by magic? I am gonna have to do that. No? Okay. He looks like he's expecting maybe something bad to happen. His face like crunches up. And then
You just end up with this really, like, fucking ugly looking snake as his entire face is, like, pulled up. Like, snakes shouldn't look like
wait,
giant
hold on.
snake just like opens one eye at a time.
Hold on a sec.
Nothing's going wrong.
If we're talking about that sort of thing, I'm a literal fucking shapeshifter. I would be very concerned if that was the case.
Yes. I did not want that to be.
I would look like a fucking gray amorphous person again.
Oh.
Yours might be much more different than the way that Yanti stuff works.
Don't know.
That's more like bestowed by the gods, while the thing of Voxes is more like a
Bestowed by the
innate
gods.
ability.
Mine is definitely the
Mhm.
result of curse magic, cult magic. And yours is very like naturally existing. magic.
Cults, gods. I mean, tomato, depends who you ask.
They're all the same, right?
But alas, you both are fine. Okay.
Yes.
You turn into a very ugly snake. Greff takes 2 steps back, pulling Suvi back too.
Suvi is a little. Well, I mean,
Rude, but okay, I guess.
she's not actually as freaked out as she already is. So she's like, okay, Ivoris is doing a thing. Whatever.
You've seen this like once
Yes,
or twice, but like
but
not
it's-
as close as this,
Yeah.
I think.
You're also making a face.
Me?
Yeah, a face of me expecting something bad to
Yeah.
happen.
I just love the idea of a snake with a completely fucked up face. Like, I don't know if it's gonna work, bro. One eye at a time.
You ever
So good.
seen the video of a snake yawning?
Snakes are cute. Come on.
Right, Ivoris, that seems to be working. Could you turn back into the other thing now? Because I'm already scared enough.
Oh, sure. He turns back.
Thank you. Hats up is always nice, you know.
How about we go outside? We go explore around.
Yes, outside.
And then we try some low level, some simple magics if we're going to experiment.
Yes.
You know, the ones that don't cost us energy to do.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, them things. They're called cat trips, right?
Yeah,
I
cat
can
trip,
be a
yep.
cat. Yes, absolutely.
Same. I'm not going to try that right now, though, because if I get fucking stuck in it like
Greff
Animorphs.
walking away like everyone's turning to fucking animal.
Yeah.
Fuck this shit.
Okay.
No, could you imagine that, though? Like, as a fucking druid, if we shapeshift and it's like the fucking Animorphs, we're just stuck
Or
in that form.
we're fused.
Maybe that's what happened to Clack.
Oh, Clack secretly is the next Chaos Magic Guardian. It's just stuck as a horse.
Or we're like fused
That'd be kinda cool.
Pokemon, so we can't be that we were not one
Oh.
creature. We're sort of half cat, half gnome. That would be
We got fused.
weird. Confused, yes. Fused. Yep. Not trying that.
Let's test a bit of small magic then, eh?
Yes,
Outside.
very
Outside.
small.
Ivoris,
Outside? Why
outside.
not inside?
Because if it causes something to explode, I would like there to be room for me to run the fuck away.
Yes, and also we don't want to destroy the Guardian's nice place.
She looks around dubiously because
I mean,
it's
yeah,
not
that
that nice. It's a little bit.
It's not, and like the lime green annoyance cloud that is around Greff is really affecting the mood.
It's annoyance of spores all around you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, maybe if we go outside, Greff, you'll get rid of that, yes, the lovely green stuff.
What did he rip ass?
I just want to keep following him. I'm not gonna lie. But no, as soon as y'all enter the boat, like the cloud that had kind of flocked around Greff as the most moody of all right now, goes back and forms its own little ball and returns to a more neutral, less bright green color. Yeah.
Okay, so there is no exit to the outdoors from the quarters.
No.
Okay.
You're required to take
Then
the boat.
Suvi picks up the tawny owl feather again because this might not be a good place.
No, I just wrote this fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. I was like, no, I need to go change my notes again. That's fine. It's fine. As long as I know roughly where it is when we finish recording, it's fine.
Yes, you will. I mean,
Yeah,
I made a
it's
note too. I'm going to have to change that. But
That's
if
fine.
she realizes there is no sort of other place you can exit to, then she picks it back up.
Well, you also know it's on the island where you did promise to put it, and also it's in a relatively safe spot on the island, considering this person has a whole little like setup here that's not destroyed by Kels every time Kels comes here and like knocks over his table.
But also, Suvi isn't sure that they're going to go back to this place again, and she really, really wants to see Demi again. So if there's a chance, she wants to be able to access Demi. So she picks it back up.
Okay. Yep. Dope. No problem.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, you'll manage to get back on the boat totally fine. It doesn't really require any skill efforts at all to get the boat out from here. And yeah, probably a bit further around the island, maybe about a mile or so. It looks like a much nicer place to like land/dock the boat. It's not a proper dock, but like, yeah, you could put the boat in. There's no big ass rocks that's going to shred the bottom of your boat. This looks like a much cleaner and nicer place to land the boat should you wish.
Well, since we don't think there's a cleric just around the fucking corner, we're gonna like take our time, get the boat nice and well settled.
I don't know. Did you insight the guy?
Nope.
Joking.
No, I don't trust a word he says. I'm sure he's out there trying to figure out a way to kill us from afar.
I'd never do that. No, it's fair. That's fair. That's fair. 100% fair.
So we tie up the boat nice and secure. Yep. And then Suvi finds a rock right by the boat.
Yep.
And puts the tawny owl feather. I want to leave this feather somewhere now. And yes. Okay.
On a rock on the beach at the north, yeah.
Rock beach, north end. Yep.
Yeah, gotcha. Besides, it's chaos. It could move if I really wanted it to, but I'm going to try and keep it where it is.
It could, but that's not my problem. That's your problem.
Yes, thank you for that. Yeah.
You know what Timmy likes? Fire. Put it in the volcano.
Done.
Ivoris, I don't think that's a very good idea. I really like Demi.
Oh, yeah, Timmy's great. I also know she likes fire.
True. But maybe not that much fire all at once, unexpectedly.
I should have maybe tossed my ring in there and see what happened.
Oh, Neil. No.
Okay, I really want you to
I appreciate it. I appreciate the reference. It's a good one.
Absolutely.
Greff is going to find himself...
I know who's not making it back in time now.
Greff is going to find himself a nice rock to plump himself down on while you guys play with your magic and stuff. And he's just looking at you from afar. Try to stay a little bit away because, yeah, this whole thing about chaos magic and backfiring, he's like,
Can the two of you turn into giant eagles and carry us away from the volcano?
No.
I don't think
giant vulture. I can be a giant vulture. Yes.
You don't get flying, but you were a ladybug who flew. And you
No,
were
yeah,
a
you're right. You must have flying.
who
Yeah,
flew.
you must do.
I think we both have flying.
Yeah.
From 10, right? Yep. So, yep. But it should be a giant eagle.
Anyways.
Suvi's gonna try to cast minor illusion of a baby squirrel in front of her.
High or low?
Low.
Roll a
Why did I
1d2.
say that? Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that.
You want a 1, or there are consequences.
Oh dear. So that sucks. I got it 2. Consequences.
There are.
Mm-hmm.
You're casting a minor illusion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Of a squirrel.
Baby squirrel.
A baby squirrel.
Very important.
As you go to cast this illusion, as you throw your hands forward and recite whatever spells you need to do, you all see this small, furry, very, very cute looking squirrel. And immediately standing behind it, you see this tree begin to slowly lift its legs, like its roots, like they were legs, and begin to move its arms around. And you see all of these fruits and loose leaves and these sticks begin to fall from the tree around it. The illusion it's going to do exactly what you want it to, but essentially you're going to see at least one plant fall through it. And the squirrel stays as an illusion. It doesn't really react unless you need it to. But yeah, the tree begins to like shift and move and make its way slowly towards you. You can see its branches reaching out, and you can see that most of the leaves have fallen off and they're quite sharp. And it stops just in front of your face and then seems to deanimate.
I'm not sure Suvi would have stayed for that long. For it to actually, I'm not sure Suvi would have stayed for it to actually, she would have been running.
As you're running off down the beach, the tree goes to where you were. It would have been inches from your face. Yeah.
Yes. Can she cancel it?
You can drop the illusion.
Stay there?
You can drop the illusion, but despite dropping the illusion, the tree still moves until it gets to where you were.
Okay.
And then stops moving. Deanimates.
And then it stays there.
Yes. So now there's a tree on the beach.
That's very scary. I'm sorry.
She sort of slowly comes back.
You want to try something, Fox?
I don't know if I want to now that I just saw that.
Greff's mumbling to himself, the next fucking tree that moves, I'm killing the shit out of it.
Just do it away from trees.
Okay. I thought that was decently away from the tree, but wasn't the tree directly, but whatever. Okay. Something that's not gonna touch me. Okay. You know what?
Okay, wait. Yeah. Do it back where the tree was, so that maybe the tree goes back to where it was and doesn't look out of place.
Okay.
Oh dear, yes.
I don't fucking know, man. I don't have that many fucking cantrips. And that seems like a bad idea. Okay, I don't have anything that's really going to work in that empty spot there, Ivoris. Let me go stand a little ways away. I got a good one here. Let me try this. Goes a little ways away and tries doing shape water.
I'm assuming at the sea.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 or 2?
2. No, actually, it's roll 20. 1.
Then roll a d2. If you get a 1, you are consequence free.
Hey, look at that, a 1.
Hey.
You shape the water however the fuck you want, and there just seems to be no real consequences.
There's like a little patch of red in the water. Oh. Okay.
That worked. That looks good.
Yeah.
You're doing very well.
Great, good.
Trees either like you or don't like you, one or the other.
Okay. All right. Great. So I have concerns. Maybe when Buddy gets back, we should ask about ways to circumvent our magic being, all fucky-wucky, as it were.
Warped. Yes. Or maybe at least make it more of a chance of not that.
That would be nice.
She glances at the scary tree.
I don't want to cast a healing spell and instead it fucking impales somebody through the chest with like a stick or something. I don't know.
Fox, why did you put that image in my head?
Because I'm a pessimist.
Right. I'm not.
That's not true.
Good.
I'm actually trying to be. I try to be an optimist, but anxiety.
Ivoris does a big illusion.
No,
a silent image.
You're gonna make like a fucking dragon appear in the sky and it's gonna turn real.
Make the head of a dragon poof out from the sand and spit out a bunch of sand very comically.
Okay. 1 or 2?
1.
Dear.
It's worked so
Roll a
far
D2.
for me. Hey, not affected.
This giant shape of a dragon's head appears slowly and majestically out of the sand, and the sand drips over side, and then comically, sand sprouts from its mouth as if it was water. That's it. That's your silent image.
Well, nothing happened.
Greff, when it popped out of the sand, Greff got up, then he saw Ivoris not moving, he sat back down okay. That was supposed to
Greff
happen.
is the old man of the party right now. It's so good.
Okay, so I guess it's a very low chance that something bad happens.
1 out of 3, not bad.
Very, very low.
I like the idea that you take away the idea that this is like a 1 in 3 chance.
We could sit and work this math out.
I mean, yeah, that's how it works. You know, you're supposed to, like, if you do it 100 times, and then if you do it 1,000 times, right? Like, that's how that works.
Yeah.
It's a good way to test Roll20's actual algorithm.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to like the results. I think it's based on the person.
The results may surprise
Yeah.
you.
So I'm just wondering if should we keep trying? Maybe we get it gets better with practice, or maybe I just create more horrible things.
Well, okay, you know what? Let me
Or maybe
try something that's actually a little important. I don't think we're going to be getting into a scrap today, right?
right.
We should not.
Well, who knows?
Okay, I mean, it's a pretty low level anyways. Gonna try casting Goodberry.
Nice.
Nourishment. I assume
1 or 2, buddy.
I'm gonna go with the 1 again, because roll 20.
Roll it.
Fuck you, roll 20. I know your shit.
Yeah.
I know how you operate.
Yeah, you cast your good berries. You cast your good berries that taste, I believe, like mushrooms, I think is what you're going for. Yeah, you do that. 10 good berries appear in your arms.
Okay, great. I don't think there was any adverse.
I fucking bet you, whenever my NPCs are going to roll, they're just going to get fucked. Just unbelievably.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure with all these
Knew it.
not good rolls. I don't know what to categorize this as because fuck roll 20. I don't know if I would go with that because that you know, we're going to get into a scrap and it's just going to be horrible. I'm going to cast Lightning Strike and it's only going to hit me.
Take that as a
No, do not. It's called Call Lightning, not Call Lightning on myself.
You're calling them. They're coming for you. You picked up the line.
Fucking God of Thunder or some shit. Hello? No, I'm busy right now. I can't give you any lightning. Sorry.
All right, so 1 in 4. I guess that's good.
Okay, Suvi's going to cast Mold Earth because someone has to mess this up.
Yeah. And we deduce it's just Suvi, right? That's what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. So if Suvi does no magic, then all
And
is
then it
fine.
fucks up, and then it just turns the earth into mold.
She's just going to try to shape a very, very tiny mud ball.
Okay.
A little way away from her. And
1
everyone
or
else.
a 2?
A 1? Oh, dear.
If you roll a 1, you're consequence free.
No pressure.
Okay, V, what happens to Suvi?
You basically begin to like channel your connection with the earth, and you begin to create this small mud ball. And you're like, yeah, I did it. You let go of the magic. Yeah, things are pretty good. You're like, yeah, thumbs up, all happiness. And then the ball becomes bigger and bigger and
She
bigger
runs.
and bigger until
She
it's
runs.
like 40-foot diameter mud ball.
Oh, no.
That slowly begins to roll under its own physics and just begins to slowly roll down the beach into the water.
All right, quick. Everybody needs to get inside. We're going to encounter some anthropomorphic insect people. They're our friends. Let's go. James and the Giant Peach, everybody. Classic.
So,
Okay,
yeah.
look, I made a splash thing. Sorry, wave thing. So, I'm sorry. It seems it's just
Okay, see, now, if that had been done at, like, the top of the volcano or something, and we saw them coming, that would have been perfect. Because then we could have rolled it at them, and that would have been funny.
Or I don't think I actually could steer it once it started growing.
I mean, we have Greff, just
yeah.
make him push it.
Yes.
Greff, why are you making a sourpuss
Good.
face?
Because I don't know what happened. Was this good? Was this bad? Are we 5 for 1?
No.
We...
That was a bad thing. That's not how that
Okay.
spell works.
Okay.
I meant to make a tiny little mud ball.
Okay.
You see, like my fingernail, that size.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Well, you fucked that up.
Good job, Greff.
You dick.
Suvi agrees. She's not offended. She's just like, yes, absolutely.
Ivoris begins to draw on the beach a teleportation rune.
Oh, no. Oh, no, neither.
Okay.
Oh, no. Suvi is hiding behind some rock or something.
Yep. You are definitely all hidden if you want to be. I like Jack Greff is still sitting on his rock like,
Yep.
What's the standard spell range? 60 feet? I'm 70 feet away.
61.
Behind a rock.
69, because nice.
Nice.
I mean, I'm not going to use it right now, unless you think I should. I was going to bury it with some branches and stuff so it's not noticeable and then keep it here. Kind of like the boat one is just waiting.
Yeah, you could like prep it but not put magic into it per se, so that all you just have to do is like say the words and then it would happen. Like
Yeah.
You could definitely do that.
It's an escape plan.
You watch him as he carefully places all this shit down, a little bit of flow, no awfulness happens whatsoever, because no magic is being cast.
You're gonna cast a fucking spell and like a fucking
Suvi
Glabrezu or some shit's gonna come through.
Out.
Unless we want to go to the boat for some reason and then come back here. If I use this, would I know? I would have had to have been told by Daisy. If I use this, can I return to it? Is this a teleportation? Because I know it's not permanent.
No.
But does this destroy it?
Like, it would help you the same way that, like, if a magic user knows an area really well, it's basically impossible for them to not be able to teleport back there again. So you leaving a mark or a symbol on the ground makes it much, much, much more likely that you would be able to teleport yourself back here if you have the teleportation spell.
So even with this circle, I could make it back here from, like, teleporting to the boat.
So for example, if like you got out of this situation perfectly fine and you were over in Discora hanging out with Jankisso or Greff's mum or some shit, and you were like, do you know what I really want to do? Go back to the islands. You would remember that you had left a sigil on the grounds, and you'd remember what that area would look like, and you would be able to teleport there if you have the teleportation spell.
Okay, so as long as it's not, like, consciously destroyed, it's fine. And then to make the quote-unquote permanent one, as the spell states, that just means it can't be destroyed by anything other than, like, destroying in map. It makes it much harder to destroy, basically. It can't be weathered down.
Yeah, already.
Okay.
You'd
But
have
this
to
one
like
can be
systematically
weathered
decide
down.
you're dismantling it.
You would have to
More or
cast the
less.
spell like every day though for it to be permanent.
Yeah.
For like however
Well,
long.
yeah. I'm
You
not,
usually have to cast it every day for a year.
yeah, but that's what I'm trying to decipher. So this can be weathered down, but it will stay there unless but it won't be used by actually casting it. I can return.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. So like you could use it, like if you have the teleportation spell, you could use it to be like, oh yeah, I remember I left exactly this looking symbol at exactly this place. And even if it had weathered down enough, your memory and you would still be able to be drawn to this place. So it's more of like a mental reminder or a drop of a pin on a map for you.
Okay. Well,
There are no fire explosions, no teleportations of demons.
I have a rune here, and I can... Daisy said that I could, return to it. So, if we want to try to get help, we can. Optional. Just, it's also an escape route, so it's here. But, I can make another one to say, anywhere that we think might have help for us. The box is how I get from one person to another, so that would be an option. But the rune itself, we would need to know of a rune in a safe place. I can find runes. I can go into someone's dreams and see runes that they know that I don't know, and get to places with their runes that I find by manipulating them out of their dreams. So I can do that. But the box is easier.
Rune stealing sounds really mean, and I love the sound of it. That is a fantastic thing to do.
Is it mean? Ivoris kind of like questions his morals.
Are you taking them away? You're just finding the information, right?
Right.
Or
I'm not using it to hurt them unless we want to.
No.
Do we want to do that?
No.
But if I'm understanding it correctly, if you use the rune, it breaks, right?
No, not if it's permanent.
Oh, yeah, but if
Or
it's
not
not a
unless we
permanent one,
Yeah,
you're stealing it.
we intend to. But we could go to any, like, if we want to go to Discora right now, pick up some help from Discora.
Can you link the spell that you're talking about specifically?
Yeah. Well, you've already said the things you've said, V, but okay.
That doesn't
I'm not cutting
matter
them out,
because,
V.
so far as I understand, that's not really how this spell's supposed to work. But just let me read it.
Well, if I don't know,
I fear a shopping trip coming up now randomly from this beach.
we can't.
There
do
will
anymore.
only be
We
death.
have no money. Unless we know where money exists very nearby a rune and can say a vault with a rune in it.
Mm-hmm.
The ultimate heist.
So yeah, the teleportation circles that you draw are supposed to take you to another permanent teleportation circle.
Okay.
I thought you actually had teleport, not teleportation circle.
No, yeah, I have the one that involves the runes.
Yeah, so so to make a permanent rune, it is you have to cast the spell in the same place every day for a year, or you would still need to know the sigils of any other permanent teleportation circle. Like, so if I believe that y'all went to the one in Freedom's Bluff at some point, and back and forth a little bit between there and Shilvana. Those you would very definitely know. Like 100% you would know those sigils and be able to go back to those using the spell that you currently have. You cannot make a permanent one unless you cast it every day for a year. So you can't use this particular spell to get back to where you are now. You would have to use the actual teleportation spell, which I thought was a 5th level spell, but apparently not.
Question.
Yeah.
When I saw in the vision Kells and Dudo teleport here, did they teleport onto a circle?
1 or 2.
Oh.
Fuck you, Neil. 1 or 2.
2.
Teleport's a 7th level spell. I thought it was 5. Fuck me. You're choosing a 2. All right.
Should I go? Hold on. Wait. Not final. I have to say final answer before it counts.
You legally have to
Neil? 1 or 2. I legally have to let you choose and say final answer.
One has worked so far every time, which makes me scared to choose it again. Should I go with 1 again, or should I go with 2 now?
Neil, the world is chaos, and it's
2.
Okay.
Is this your final answer?
Yes.
If you roll a 2, there will be a teleportation circle that is permanent where you saw it. If you roll a 1,
I rolled a 2.
By the laws of chaos that I have given myself over to, you're able to remember that there is a teleportation permanent circle on the other side of the island, very close to where the volcano is. Fuck you, Neil. Fuck you, roll 20.
Okay, so the box thing, I've got to redo all that stuff because the rules change.
Read your spell, man. It says it in here.
I don't read. Okay, so the circle, I can use it to get us out of here, but I can't use it to bring us back. It would have to be the box to be able to do that. If we wanted to go grab somebody else from off the island. However, they, when I saw them in the vision, they did use a rune, which means I could get us to wherever their place is, and then we could have 2 days to be there. I can skip the woods, basically.
Are we not worried that the time is going to affect us differently?
Magic's going to go wrong?
Not only that, but also that time is going to affect us differently once we leave.
Yes, that too.
Perhaps. I don't really know how it works.
So, question. If they're getting here by a circle, why don't we just break it.
Yes, that sounds good.
I don't know how to do that. It's a permanent circle. They've made it. And I don't exactly know how to do that. However, that would also give away that we're here. And also, we should probably wait until the person returns with their plan on how to keep Kels out of here anyways. Because I have a feeling that even if we destroy that circle, Kels will find a way here. And will be
I'm going to say
of the fact that the circle's
that
gone.
because you have spent a fair amount of time with Daisy to explain like teleportations, like the teleportation circle you're using is quite low powered. You are relying on knowing a sigil to get to a place. Like you would not be able to teleport back to the boat, but you would be able to teleport back to Freedom's Bluff if you really needed to, or to the teleportation circle that you saw on the islands. But there are more powerful teleportation spells out there which allow you to go anywhere so long as you have either seen it, you have an item from it, and that is like the proper teleport spell, and that is a much higher level. It is clearly something that Kels would have, though.
Kels would have that. The cleric is probably using the circle.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I think that's a really good way of differentiating out the power levels, really, is that, he would probably be using the circle and she would be using teleportation. But why bother wasting a high level spell slot when you can make your minion use a lower one? Yeah.
I'm a little confused as to how large this island is. Would it be like a long trek for us to go through the woods and get to the other side?
I mean,
because we just tunneled through it. Right?
Yeah, so you went across like the thin part of the island, the width, but the volcano is the other end, it's on the length. It'd probably take you, you'd probably reckon, I mean, right now it's probably midday for y'all, like having a wake and it kind of looks like, fuck it, it's midday. You can see from where you are that there is clearly like a break in the trees, which is either denote a clearing or a lake or a river or some shit, or maybe a house, who knows. And you can see the volcano quite a distance off. It might take you a day or so or the end of the evening at least, to hike to the bottom of the volcano, but it might take another day to get to the top, if there isn't magical assistance there. It's quite big.
It's a hell of an island.
Yep.
Yeah, so I thought it was smaller, so I thought the whole exploration thing would be easily done in a day or so, but I guess not.
Like it would, like on a good day, in a one whole day, you might be able to make it from where you are to a good portion up the volcano before nightfall, but it is half a day. Like you've already wasted half the day. So
don't say it like that. We've been doing very important spell research.
You guys have been great. It's been a good use of time.
It gives us more time to take a look at their situation. And we should probably set some ground rules that we don't cast anything there and that we be very careful. We don't want to leave any evidence that we're there if we still do decide to hide and surprise them, which,
Yes, you mean like that tree there.
I'll chop it down if you want, but I don't think that's going to fix the problem.
No, I don't think so.
Just trying to be helpful.
But thanks. Thanks, Greff.
Do you think that the fruit that it dropped is useful to take?
Take a nature check?
I can do a nature check.
I'm looking at the druids.
Nature, survival, all the above.
I asked the question. That's for the druids.
Should I roll as well then?
Yeah, you're the druids. I asked the question. You guys are the ones with the knowledge.
Okay.
You're the druids.
Right. Okay, I'll roll survival.
Oh, wait, survival?
Yeah.
Survival or
it was
nature.
either or.
Well,
yeah.
I rolled in that 20,
Entirely your
so
choice.
28.
Holy shit! Oh, fox.
It's not a mushroom. It's not a mushroom.
Yeah, sorry guys, I only know mushrooms. The nat one says so.
Yeah, the fruit that is dropped is extremely edible. You know that if it's treated correctly, it has miraculous ability to help cure bleeding wounds if eaten.
Oh. Oh, actually, it's very good. We need to collect it. It can help cure bleeding wounds. So that's very good. Greff, help me collect the fruit. How much fruit are we
Roll
picking?
a d6. There's a lot more randomness on this island. This is how this island is going to be, okay?
2.
A 2. You find 2 kind of large-looking, particularly good and ripe fruits. They are equivalent of a basic healing potion each.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
But they will not last beyond a week. So there is a timeline on these particular healing potions. And who knows how they'll react when you're off the island.
Aha. Okay, well, Greff has 1 and I have 1, I guess.
Right.
1.
Yeah. Fruit-based healing potion is what you need to put on your...
Is this where we find out that those ancient potions we found in the desk are made from these fruits?
That would require a whole different kind of meta check.
It would be really cool, though.
Or horrifying.
Yeah.
These potions are as old as we thought.
Kel shows up on the island. We just start throwing fruit at them. Boom! Pelting them with fruit.
The old fruit. Yes. Actually, on my nat 20 nature check,
Can I whip it?
does it tell me about the bad fruit that are like the old non-ripe or overripe fruit lying on the...
Is it alcoholic?
You know
Does it
what?
tell me?
Let's ride the nat 20, shall we? Fuck this shit. Roll the d6.
Fine. Oh no! 1.
You find this particularly gross looking version of the plant, and it grows really close to where the good versions of the plant are, and they're kind of sometimes really difficult to tell apart from the smell. And you look at this and you get that, oh no, this is one of them not so good ones. This is no, I'm not going to make it a pineapple. Must resist. You find it's roughly the same size and shape. It just has a very bad smell to it. And you know that if you throw this and you manage to like crack the exterior, that it will cause a significant amount of damage to whom or whatever it lands on.
Brilliant. Suvi picks that up.
So you have a fruit-based explosive.
Okay, this is gonna do bad stuff. I think. Do you want me to take it or someone else?
V, did we
Wait,
just
okay,
find a
it's
fucking
gonna do
flower
bad
bomb from
stuff.
fucking Legend of Zelda?
I'd never played it, D, so probably not.
It's a shrapnel bomb. It turns into fruity pebbles.
See, you put the thought, the energy, and it came out great. A ripe old joke.
Aha, right bulge. Aha.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done with this episode. So Greff, after you see Suvi pick up this fruit-based non-goodness, it smells pretty rough even from where you are. You get a voice in the back of your head, but it's really faint and really crackly. Like for us, it sounds like it's coming through way too much static, but like this will be a very new experience for you. And you hear Daisy's voice, and she says, "Are you okay? I haven't heard from you in a while. I'm worried I can't find you. Please don't be dead. I miss you, Greff."
Oh. Yeah, okay, 25 words or 22 words.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Daisy. My fucking reply is going to be so ridiculous.
I'm okay. Leave me alone, Greff.
Fell out of time? Yeah. No, she wouldn't understand that. Became... I'm assuming Greff sits down with Ivoris and Suvi and everybody, and they think of the word temporal together.
Okay.
Became
It's tea something, Greff.
temporally
Tempura.
dislodged. Will return to normal time soon. Need captain for boat. Doesn't need to be undead. Will be made by curse. Love you. There you go.
All right, I think that is good enough just to leave this episode.
Oh my God.
I live in the future. I am 2
Fucking
steps
weird.
ahead of everyone.
We didn't die. I thought we were going to die.
We will. Hello, everyone. Ivoris here, and thank you for listening to the episode. We hope you enjoy the voyage. If you have not yet left a review of the show and you've been enjoying our voyages, there's nothing better to help us than to let other people know that you've been enjoying your time with us. Special thanks to the patron Kakai for the name Zaffin in this episode. We appreciate you. Thank you all for listening again, and we will see you all next episode. Bye.